a nice drink?
Hey everyone, it's Miss Avi. We're here on Parlay to This. Thanks for joining us. Today we have a very special guest, straight from Boston. He has, he has been in Boston. He actually went to school at Franklin Pierce and got a bachelor's in marketing and has been able to utilize this to really market and promote his own brand. We have Mr. Cav Bernah here, who is also...
You did your research.
I did do my research. Well, again, thank you for coming onto my show.
Thank you for having me.
How are you today?
I'm doing marvelous. I'm blessed, so can't really complain.
Great. Can you tell the people a little bit about yourself?
Born and raised Boston. I travel a lot. Fell in love with music at an early age. Got misguided somewhere along the lines, and then noticed I had some talent, so definitely got on the right course, and bringing y'all beautiful music. That's
Absolutely.
what I do.
So I know your latest project is Hollywood Muzik, correct?
Yes.
Latest album. So what really made that project different from your last, which was Guilty Till Proven Innocent?
The difference between the two. One, I was going through a lot of stress, and a lot of the songs are based upon what I was going through at the time. I was, caught up in the wrong line of business, and things happen. But this Hollywood Muzik, you get more of me, more of my personality, style, more of my personal life without all the extra drama. So it's definitely a great listen. Check that out on the website, cavbernah.com. And that's pretty much that.
Great. And why do you feel college was so integral to your music career?
It's like when you get to college, a lot of people go to college, they don't know what they want to major in, they don't know what they want to do. When I got there, I went there knowing, like, whatever I do, it has to coincide with the music. I have to pick something that will benefit me apart from a 9-to-5, because I don't want to work a 9-to-5. That wasn't my career path. So I went with business marketing, and that's helped me a lot, further in my career in the music.
And what really brought you to fall in love with music? Because you're in love with basketball,
yes,
as well.
Yes,
but you're in love with music. So how do you choose between the two?
I went with what I was better at. I was pretty good in basketball, but I had a conversation with myself, which was probably the hardest conversation. I was a junior in college, and it was kind of like, okay, what are you going to commit to? Because I was spreading myself thin. I was missing practices, trying to do shows, and drive all the way back to Boston to go to the studio. So it's kind of like, okay, you have to make a decision. I wasn't going to the NBA. So, or overseas, even if I got offered to go overseas, I wouldn't have gone. So I said, you know what, let me just leave the basketball alone and pursue the music.
And who are some of your inspirations in music?
Tupac, Biggie. I like Fab. I like a lot of Fab stuff. Jada, Rakim. A lot of the old school dudes. I like a lot of the new school people now. There's people I prefer to listen to and people I prefer not to listen to. But I try to listen to a lot of things. Like I love Maroon 5. I think they're awesome. I would definitely, if I ever had the chance, I would definitely do a song with them.
I love it too.
Yeah. It's just anybody making real good music, I can rock with it. I don't really discriminate when it comes to that.
So let's talk about your latest single, Sac Passe.
Yeah, that was definitely an experience.
I mean, you traveled for that one too.
Yeah. I think the last 3 or 4 videos we did outside of Boston, just because of the resources and the budget, we had a little more room to play around. Definitely, I went all the way to Haiti. I was supposed to be there for 3 days, but with the whole, I didn't know down there the electricity situation is really, really crazy, and then the cameraman couldn't charge the camera, so we had to. I had to extend the trip and stay a little longer. But I mean, it was all for because I got to see more, got better shots and everything, so it was definitely dope.
And you're working on a new project actually already.
Yes, I have 19 names for it now. So right now we're just working on the music.
Yeah.
And then will formulate the name as it comes along. I have a few names in mind. I don't want to release it yet, but I'm banking on 2. I might merge the 2.
Merge the 2?
Yeah.
We can't get a sneak peek?
Not yet.
Right.
Because I'm indecisive at this point, so I may change it. And I'm like, what happened to this?
Sure. And what do you feel is going to be, the difference, I guess, in terms of this album and Hollywood music, like the new one? Do you have an idea of kind of what you want to talk about, what topics? Has any experiences really sparked some new music?
Yeah, absolutely. As when I was it's just each time I'm at a different place. Where I was on Guilty to Prove It Innocent, I wasn't there at Hollywood Music. When I dropped Hollywood Music, I went through everything else, like, gaining more notoriety. A lot of people starting to pay attention to you. And, for every 10 that love you, there's 100 that hate you. So you start getting more like shade, and it's just like, so you start experiencing a little more, and you're out there more. So, you just talk about those experiences that I wasn't going through because I was working on a project and I just put it out. Then you talk about like the pretty much what happened after the project. So that CD is kind of like my mental after this project. Like if I feel like I want to say something about a situation that I feel like shouldn't have gone that way, I'm gonna say it. I rap about what I go through and what I know. I don't fabricate anything really at all. You go line for line and just ask me a question and I'll explain it. Whether I went through it or a friend went through it, I'm more like a reporter for my friends and myself. Okay. So that's all I do. I make music off of my experience.
And you're a bit of a comedian.
A little bit. Kevin Hart. I'm actually taller than him, so that's a plus.
No, I know you try to liven up your music a little bit with your lyrics and be a little jovial with it.
Yeah, I definitely, because if you're not having fun doing what you're doing, what's the point? Yeah, what's the point of doing it? I put a lot of like personal experiences and I kind of like tweak it a little bit to make it more like appealing to the masses. So I definitely had fun making the CD. When the CD was done, I was like, it's done? Like, I don't even know what that means because I was like so like consumed and like working on it. So when it was finished, I was like, wow, okay,
yeah.
Now.
And you travel a lot with your music as well. I know you recently were in DC, a show with Pusha T. How was that?
That was an experience. That's the biggest crowd that I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
And the hottest lights that I've ever seen.
Were you sweating?
Bullets. But I felt like I was back in Haiti. It was definitely dope. We do a lot of work in DC. We have a lot of resources down here, so we're always back and forth from between here, North Carolina, New York, and Boston. So wherever calls, they called us. They thought we was from down there, which is a plus. They thought we was down there when they hit us up. So that's definitely a good thing. So try to get circulating down there also. So.
Sure.
DMV.
DMV. Shout out to them.
I lived there for like a year and a half, 2 years.
Did you really?
Yeah. I used to live down there, so I was kind of familiar with the area.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool area.
Good. So I have a little game that we're gonna play.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna say a word, and you're gonna say the first thing that comes to your mind, and briefly maybe give some context to it.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. I don't know how safe this is, but
first one is Haiti.
Haiti. That's me. That's my flesh and blood. That's where I'm from. I rep it to the death of me. So definitely, we came a long way. We went from being like, the worst people in the world, like, oh my goodness, this and that, to now everybody's shouting us out in the song, bigging us up. Even when I was younger and I was in school, it was like a shock when they was like, oh my goodness, serious? I'm like, yeah. So, I never was one to deny it or anything like that, because that's me.
Okay. So. Next word, relationships.
I'm all set. Don't need those problems. Don't need those problems. I'm all set. Maybe one day if I find the right female, I'll definitely settle down. But as of now, I'm all set. I'm all set.
Next word is success.
Success. Be successful at being successful. So that's pretty much that. You succeed, I succeeded. So that's my That's how I try to think of stuff.
Great. And can you define success for you?
You just gotta get to a point where you reach a point where everything you wanted to accomplish, you accomplished it. But after that, for me, when you accomplish that, it's like, how can you be better than that?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say being successful at being successful. Like, you get to a certain point and you think you reach a plateau and you're like, okay, cool, I'm here. You know, I got the #1 song, I'm selling millions of records, and now a lot of people be like, all right, cool. But me, I need to do more. You know, so it's just grind hard.
Great. And I have one more word. Procrastination.
I don't know what that means. Nah, I procrastinate. I think I'm king procrastination. I am pretty bad at that.
So you for procrastination or you against it?
I have the right to remain silent. I mean, I procrastinate. It's weird. It's like I work better under pressure. Mm-hmm. Like, let's say I have to do a song by Tuesday. I won't start really getting at it until Tuesday, and then I feel like that's when the pressure's on. That's when you come up with the best ideas and all that. I work better under pressure. I mean, I went to college. I was the person, like, 20-page paper. I was up the night before, banging out a 20-page paper. That's how, you know, some people can get it done early. I feel like when you try to do it early, it's kind of like, I'm thinking like, I have all this time on my hands.
Right, and you're trying to do other things.
Yeah, I'm not for it, but if it works for you, it works for you. And I try not to procrastinate, but
no worries.
I work better in the clutch. I'm like Kobe in the clutch.
There you have it. Well, thank you very much for coming to Parlay to This and joining us.
Yeah, I just look me up.
Great, thank you.
I'll show love back. Thanks.
Bye.
Got a small chance to turn a dream into reality in the game and lose your soul or be a casualty invested in this game. I won't let these niggas calm me. Put in work, still feeling like I'm Tommy. Pressure to make you fold, start feeling kinda cold. All I'm trying to do is get my motherfuckers through the door. The nerve of niggas ask me what I do this for. From jail to the booth, this feeling is beautiful. I don't know if it's the money or the fame, but either one nowadays can make a nigga change. So what I do, go and cop a bigger chain. For what though? I guess a nigga vain. A thin line between love and hate, and what you make of this world got a nigga feeling Martin Payne. So what's up with these naysayers? Release party on the yacht, game changer, American Idol. I don't do what Simon says, got New England on my back, I'm feeling like I'm Belichick. Trying to ball, looking for a better check, kinda like I'm waiting on Tupac to resurrect. I ain't a heathen, fighting off my demons. Welcome to Hollywood, it got a deep meaning. It's always that, it's always this. Shout out Miss AV Apparel, Parlay to This.